Hi everybody, my name is Kim and I am the American woman who's going to be doing a review for you today for BTS's 134340. Now, this is your first time to my channel. I create videos mainly aimed at Americans who are new to BTS or the K-pop genre. So in each of my video, I'm going to explain a little bit about the song and a little bit about the artist so we can share information together. And if you're new and just checking things out, I definitely welcome you. Glad to have new faces. But if you've been around with me for a long time, I hope that you enjoy the upgrades that I've done. I don't know if you noticed it so far, but I made a couple as far as the production goes. So let me know what you notice and let me know what you think about it, okay? And also, as always, I love my fellow armies because you guys have been an amazing support system for me. Thank you for sticking with me and for being here. BTS is Bangtan Sonyeondan. They are a 7-member band from South Korea, and currently they are the biggest boy band in the world. Now, whether you're a new fan or a very seasoned army, you'll get to know that BTS has one of the most diverse discographies on the planet. And the Septet have explored all types of genres. Now, they started out as a hip-hop group when they debuted in 2013, and as the artists have grown themselves musically, their genre have expanded and sometimes fused together. You'll hear different genres such as, of course, hip-hop, R&B, rap, ballad. You'll hear neo-soul, jazz, moonbantan to EDM, and many more. So breaking musical genres while shattering the notion of the ideal and faded love that the band themselves heralded in their previous albums is no easy feat. In their previous album, Love Yourself Her, explore the positive and satisfying sides of love while being in a relationship. Now, the band's next album in the love series, called Love Yourself Tear, seems to touch upon the imperfect, dark, and complex part of love. Love Yourself Tear is the third Korean language studio album by BTS. The album was released on May 18, 2018 by Big Hit Entertainment, now known as HYBE. It was available in 4 versions and contained 11 tracks, with Fake Love as its lead single. Now, this album has been described as feeling as a revolving door to self-discovery. One needs to take off his mask and accept his vulnerabilities in order to love and to live. It was further noted that love itself is a spectrum, and so is the album Tear. Each of the album's 11 tracks has a unique message and sound, but the underlying theme of pain and separation serves as the unifying thread connecting all of love's many facets. For example, in the neo-soul vibe of the opening track, called Intro Singularity, sets the dark tone of the entire album. So some of the lyrics from the song that we're looking at, it would be, for example, quote, "Have I lost myself or have I gained you?" Now, for most of the part, the track focuses on the sides of love that BTS wants to run away from. Unveiling love's dark side is a process, and according to BTS's leader, RM, he puts it succinctly, quote, "If you are true to yourself, the love won't last." Now, the song 13430 is described as a soulful track of reference to the former planet known as Pluto. It's considered sensual and witty. The lyrics included such as, quote, "I still revolve around you without a name," and flows like a highly personal but lightweight poetry. The Love Yourself Tear album has been described as the telling of the pain of teenagers facing parting. The overall style is based on the genres such as hip-hop, ballad, electronic music, rhythm and blues, and soul music. The song has also been described by many others, such as having a refreshing sound, such as from the bossa nova style. It's sensual and very otherworldly in its approach, both literally and figuratively. Now, luckily, the lyrical play throughout consists of members cleverly comparing themselves, their lovers, and their relationships to planets. As far as writing of this, 3 out of the 7 members of BTS, which is usually the rep line. So you have RM, who is the leader. You have Suga, And you also have J-Hope, who all participated in writing the parts. And I'm guessing probably mostly their rap parts for this particular song. According to Suga, he said, quote, "I wrote the lyrics as a metaphor. It's about something being separated from something else." In terms of the genre, the instrumental accompaniment of 134340 includes a flute passage and flexible electric bass. It is considered to be an adventurous school that reminds people of funk music in the 1970s. In a V-Live that RM did, speaking about the writing process for this song, he made a couple notes regarding it. He said the original title was actually supposed to be called Call Me, which is probably way easier than 134430. And that he thinks it has a very unique beat, and the flute is actually the key instrument in the song. And he said that at the very beginning, you'll hear the words "get back" being repeated to him. He noted that it was in every 2 bars, but then it was too much. It actually got on his nerve, and he asked one of the producers, and also producer who worked on this song, their in-house producer, P-Dog, if something can be done about it. And P-Dog actually reduced those bars for him, and so he was able to continue to write the rap verses for this song. Interestingly, he said that it was actually hard for him to write the high notes for the vocalist in the group, and so he credited that a lot of the main writing went to other writers such as Julia Hart and Bobby Chung of Autumn Vacation. The rest of the lyricists and production crew included, of course, their in-house producer P-Dog, and of course Adora, whom I will refer to in just a moment, Bobby Chung, RM, Martin Luke Brown, Orla Gartland, Suga, and J-Hope. On May 27, 2018, Love Yourself Tear, the album, debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200, earning 135,000 album equivalent units, including 100,000 per album sales, becoming BTS's highest charting album in the US, as well as the first K-pop album to top the US album chart, and the highest charting album by an Asian act, and the first album primarily in a non-English language to top the Billboard 200 since Tu Devo with Ancora in 2006. Love Yourself Tear is the 9th best-selling album of 2018 in the United States and is the top-selling foreign language album. The album became the band's longest-running entry on the World Album Chart in 2020, when it re-entered the July 18th chart issue at number 18. It is the first BTS album to achieve this feat, as well as the first for any Korean language offering in the history of the chart. Switching gears a little bit, we'll now focus on Pluto, which happens to be a dwarf planet in the solar system. From its discovery in 1930 up until 2006, it was considered the smallest and most distant planet in our solar system. Its astronomical symbol in Unicode looks like this. Pluto has been described as being very small, smaller than the moon, and a very cold celestial body consisting mainly of silicates and partly of ice. And it was named after the Roman god of the underworld. Now, Pluto's axis is described as being extremely tilted, and its surface temperature is about minus 378 degrees Fahrenheit. That is minus 228 degrees Celsius, a temperature at which most gases stay in a solid state. Now, Pluto was actually discovered by an American astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh in 1930. According to Roman mythology, Pluto was the ruler of the underworld, the equivalent of Hades in the Greek mythology. The name Pluto would then symbolize the dark, cold, and inaccessible parts of the solar system in which it was located. Now, fast forward to August of 1992, the view of our solar system landscape, obviously with better technology, has changed, and discoveries coming from the University of Hawaii of the first of more than 1,000 new known objects orbiting beyond Neptune is what is often referred to as the trans-Neptunian region. More generally, these bodies are often simply labeled as the trans-Neptunian objects, or TNOs. And with so many TNOs being found, it seemed inevitable that one or more might be found to rival Pluto's size. With an object larger and more massive than Pluto now beyond Neptune, and ever more of these TNOs objects being discovered, astronomers are being asked, quote, just what constitutes a planet? So in August of 2006, the International Astronomical Union introduced the first official definition of planet. The criterion for classifying a celestial body includes 3 criteria. It must orbit the sun, it must be large enough to have a quasi-circular shape, and the orbit must be separate from other bodies, to which Pluto failed the last criteria. And when definition was given, it was estimated that nearly 2,500 scientists who met in Prague, the Czech Republic, unanimously voted to remove Pluto from the list of planets in the solar system because Pluto does not meet the contents of this definition. So it was reclassified by the IAU and became a new class of planets. The new type of planet is called dwarf planets. So with BTS's 13430, it incorporates both facts and science, fact and fiction, science and mythology, with lyricisms that incorporates personification as well as metaphors in its lyrics, which liken Pluto's demotion as a planet to very human feelings of loneliness, isolation, and betrayal. In fact, the track's title is the number designated to Pluto once it got demoted into a minor planet. It got stripped of its Pluto identity and it's now stuck in the same category as asteroids, TNOs, and fellow dwarf planets. The lyrics of the song talk about how one can't seem to leave their significant other, who his or her life once revolved around, despite the fact that the significant other had already erased him or her from their lives. BTS compares this situation to 134,340, who still orbits the sun despite its planetary status. Now, the song contained lyrics such as, quote, I'm just a number and a dark Pluto that's hard for you to remember. And did you really find the heiress? Tell me, what does the moon have that I don't? And the temperature right now is negative 248 and I'm only going around. And it is thanks to the extremely subtle integration of astronomical knowledge into the lyrics that BTS's songs have been praised by scientists. In fact, during the gathering of opinion leaders in Daeduk Innovation Network on August 30th, several Korean scientists had the chance to sit down and give a listen to BTS's 13430. And the song's complexity and uniqueness did not go unappreciated by the researchers and scientists who came from the esteemed institutions in South Korea. The Director General of the National Fusion Research Institute also said, quote, we force information on people to enlighten and make them learn about science, but BTS made it fun and added a new value to it with a song. And on June 3rd, 2019, NASA opened submission on the hashtag NASA Moontunes projects in celebration of the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11. Now, these songs will be added to the playlist of the 6-day voyage to the moon that NASA is preparing for 2024. In a later Twitter feed, the Johnson Space Center of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, said that 3 of BTS's songs will be added to the playlist for the planned lunar journey. As you can see in this tweet, it says, quote, wow, there are a lot of BTS and RM fans. Thanks for the submission. We'll add Moonchild, Microcosmos, and 134340 to the playlist, the Twitter message said with a photo of a NASA employee in a spacesuit. The message came one day after the NASA Training Center invited people to recommend songs fit for the lunar journey in celebration of their 50th anniversary of the Apollo human spaceflight program. As I was researching, there are other songs with celestial names. I actually did a reaction to one called Wishing on a Star. So if you get a chance, check that one out as well, okay? So before we get started, I want to let you know that I did try to find an original music video, but I don't think they ever did one because I was not able to find one. However, I did find a lot of lyrics type of videos, and the others were live performances. And this one is actually fan made. So the quality may not be that great. So I just want to give you a heads up, okay? And if you haven't had a chance to watch the original live performance yet, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that first and then come back here and take a look at my reactions. I'll make a lot of pauses as I give my input, okay? So with that said, let's get started.
Hey,
All right, let's stop here for a second. What's it saying? Okay, so it is saying what we just talked about. 13430 is the asteroid number used to reference Pluto since it lost its status as our ninth planet. Eris is a dwarf planet discovered in 2005, is more massive than Pluto, and the discovery of Eris is essentially what initiated the reclassification of Pluto. That Eris. If it wasn't for Eris. And I'm loving the bass already. It sounds amazing so far, okay? It's A. I'm hearing a lot of that as well. Okay, RM. V. Yes, baby. JK, the youngest. Jungkook, the youngest. They look amazing. RM. Let's replay. Starting with, let's take a look at, why did you kick me out? Without a name to myself, I still orbit you. Great writing here, oh my gosh. And then the next line, without a name to myself, I still orbit you. Oh my God. And then on top of this sick beat, it's amazing. And what does he have on his microphone? Oh, that's part of his shirt. I was like, and they look amazing. His hair, his outfit. Oh my God, he looks amazing, Jungkook. Just the visuals, the lyrics. Our goodbye is colorless, that unchanging color. There's no name allowed for me. I too used to be your star. 무너진 완성에 남은 영웅은 이미 야있어 죽을 때까지 바뀌지 무더운 시선 아직 난 널 돌고 변한 건 없지만 사랑의 이름이 없다고 어떻게 별거 하나 정말로 애쓰니 찾아낸 걸까 많은 내가 저 달보다 못하고 뭘 어스크린 후에 보수된 그분 어쩌면 여기 처음부터는 어서 그런 거야 언젠가 너도 이 말을 이해하겠지 나의 계절은 언제나 너였어 내 차가운 심장은 영화 이사와 도는 게 낫지 그나 멈췄어 Jimin, sing it, baby. Jin, oh my God, Jin. Oh my God, Jimin, he looks, and Jin, the visuals. You hear the flute? Okay. That flute in the background is very dominant. It's following, it's almost like the Pied Piper following these guys. The lyrics, are you guys looking at the lyrics? What RM, oh my God, RM's part, I'm gonna go back to that for a minute, but I want to talk about JK's voice. When he went in there, he went into his falsetto range right there. It goes and then he comes back down on his chest. So let's go back to RM's part right here. Some of the lyrics that RM had. Jimin, I've never seen him with that amazing blonde hair. Hello. I've seen him blonde hair, but this is the prettiest blonde shade. Let me see if I can find the lyrics that he was talking about. Here, right there. Let's see. Perhaps I was never there from the beginning. And then this part right here. 무너진 완성에 남은 영웅은 이미 야있어 죽을 때까지 바뀌지 무더운 시선 아직 난 널 돌고 변한 건 없지만 사랑의 이름이 없다고 어떻게 별거 하나 정말로 There. Okay, it says, would it really be that you found Eris, which is referencing the celestial body that we referred to that started all this in the first place, right? Us is just a plural form of you. Brilliant. Jimin, I'm just orbiting you. I missed you, I lost you. You erased me, you forgot me. Look at that. I don't want to stop at every other word because it's like every line that's coming out of from these guys is all celestial references, right? And I think if you don't turn on your captions, or if you are just, not understanding what they're referring to, I think you may get lost a little bit. So I'm so glad I had a chance to learn about this. They all sound amazing. Jimin hitting those high notes and Jin hitting those high notes, very bright. They're very bright, very lighter tones that I'm hearing. And JK just going up and down his range. He's going from his head voice all the way down to his chest voice. Sounds amazing. That scratchy, kind of like that tenor that I'm used to. And RM coming in with a deeper bass. Almost, I don't even know how to say it. Is he chesty? I don't know how to say it, but he's a deeper voice. V, and even though we know V is one of the lowest bass tone, right? Bass tones, but V has such an amazing wide range. He was like, I think like the first or second person that starts singing. He can hit like similar to a higher, brighter note, and the way he makes that sound brighter is just brilliant because he's so heavy per se. His tone is so heavy, and to make it light, just. Oh, V is just like a chef's kiss, and all these guys blending in together with their tonal qualities is amazing to see. And I'm loving the visuals. V. Yes, sugar. Yes. 2, 3. That's a female voice. Alright. Okay. Did you hear a female voice at Suga's part? Alright. I'm going to leave that till the very end. So you stick with me. I'm going to talk about that hidden vocal, very similar to how Pluto was sort of like a hidden planet, right? Until they discovered 1930. This is a hidden star for sure. And it is a girl. So let's go back. I'm going to go back and play Suga's part so you can hear it. Listen carefully, okay? It is not Jimin. I was living a lie. When I did my research, it set me straight. That was not Jimin. That was an actual female. Some ARMY fandom call her the 8th member of BTS. 많은 글이 나를 건 없네 똑같은 인생 속에 딴데만 없네 분명 언제까지는 함께였는데 무서운 정도로 똑같은 야로 속에 딴데만 없네 솔직히 말할 리가 없던 1년 중 덤덤했지 흔히 말하는 매년 중 어떠지나 나 이제 갚아 네 향기 따윈 기억도 안 나 잠깐 근데 어디선가 맡다 받은 향수인데 기억이 어렴풋이 피어나는데 저기 고개를 돌려보니 환하게 웃으며 다가오는 네 옆에 Right here. 나는 못 찾지네 왠지 저 생각한 내 심장과는 다른 이 순간 온도는 영원 이사봐 Sing it, Jen. Let's go. I love that. I love that. Oh my god. Jimin, Where did Jimin come from? Jimin, I'm gonna be honest, I always, he never, okay, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but he never impresses me the way that some other, usually the rap line are more, I should say impressionable, not impressed, okay? Impressionable on me. This is the first time I've seen him so handsome. I thought he looked good with black hair and Fake Love when he, was looking up with his blue contacts, with his black hair. That contrast was electrifying. And I've seen him in blonde hair. This blonde, and maybe it's the lighting, the shade is perfect for his skin tone. He looks incredibly handsome and very masculine. I've seen a lot of ARMY when I was doing my research on different songs, not just this song, but on other songs, that they always refer to Jimin as the prince, like a Disney prince. He does. He looks like a Disney prince. For sure. And I think this besides the Fake Love video, and this is a live performance, which is even better. His skin looks amazing. His hair I think it's because of the color. It matches his skin tone so amazingly. So handsome in this one. Oh my God. And Jin, between Jin and Jimin, I'm just like, hello, hello, hello. Oh my God. I can't handle it. Okay. You erased me. You forgot me. Okay. Okay, before J-Hope comes in. Jin. Let me go back to Jin. He is the one that's belting out all these high notes here, right here. Jin is the oldest member in this group. The first time I ever heard him do a ballad was Stay Gold. And that was the first time I ever heard him I didn't realize he is a powerhouse tenor. Okay, he is hitting that. He's singing it with his gut, you can tell, and not just with his chest. He's hitting that high note, and he is actually going to be my first solo video reaction for this year. I've already got my solos planned out, and he is the first on my list to review. And I love Jin's voice ever since the Stay Gold. I actually did a reaction to that. So when you get a chance, check that out. And I've heard him, and I can't wait to do this solo performance from him. He just so powerful and yet so clean and light. It's very easy to listen to. Whereas JK, he can hit the high notes, but he's more, I don't know how to describe, more raspy, scratchy. Whereas Jin is more clean. I don't know how to say it. His texture is a little bit more clear and clean, whereas JK is a little bit more scratchy and roughy tenor, if that makes any sense to anybody. But okay, here we go. And Jimin is just light as air, like an angel. And of course, they all look like angels right now. Look at Jimin. Oh my God. Chanel. Is that Chanel who's got on? You erased me. You forgot me. I'm just orbiting you. J-Hope, the other writer and member and rapper. V! Coming in so bright and strong. Loving the bass. You erased me. You forgot me. Never, JK. God, they look so handsome. Of course, V is known to be walking with his hands in his pocket all the time. There's the catwalk. They look like a bunch of models walking down the runway. by BTS. RM, my boo. He's so handsome. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Imagine these men coming down the catwalk. Oh my god, I would die. Sugar.
Let's go.
J-Hope always does that. You hearing the harmonization going on? Oh, that was very sudden, abrupt. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. End it here with Jimin. Oh my god. That is... Wait, what? That was BTS? I have heard about their different genres, but I never thought that they can do a jazz like this. They sound amazing, and the beat was sick. That guitar, it was very simple. All I heard was just a few instruments. They didn't layer it with too many craziness, and they used their vocals and lyricism to carry this music thread, the theme of the song, so prominently and so well. With who knew of all things, the intelligence and the reimagining of songwriting is just artistic. That's all I can say. It's next level writing. I mean, who would write? Yeah, you've heard song about Venus, you know, you heard about Mars and, you know, things like that. But to make it a jazz, and then think about that. They fuse genres together, a jazz, and then you put a little rap in there, right? It sounds almost like an R&B as well, mix in there, right? Just very, very laid back, cool, and almost salsa-ish, Latin-y. Now, I remember the part where I said I will refer back to the hidden vocals, the female vocal in this. And have you ever wondered if you have heard a female vocal voice in other BTS's song? It's the same woman. It's usually the same woman. Now, they have featured, of course, they have female guests before, but a lot of the songs, the background vocals, is the same person. Her name is Park Soo-hyun, stage name Adora. She is the first and only female producer at Big Hit Entertainment at the time and featured in many of BTS's songs. Now, Adora was actually a trainee from 2016 to 2021. She's no longer. She's just recently left. Adora was actually a trainee under Music K Entertainment and was originally set to debut as a member of the now defunct group called the ARC in 2015, but ended up not debuting with them for some reason. So instead, Adora was recruited by HYBE through their 2016, quote, The Next New Creator audition, and her first official release with the company back then was on BTS's 2016 album's Wings, entitled Interlude Wings, and she was credited as a songwriter. Some of the other songs, she has done numerous songs, and some of the ones that you may have heard her on, of course, besides this song 13430, are some of the solo songs or mixtapes that you hear, which is on my list of things to do, such as Jin's Epiphany and Suga's Seesaw. You may have also heard her on, also with Magic Shop, So What, Airplane Part 2, and the list goes on and on. Now, over 5 years after joining Big Hit, Adora has signed to a new label called Aura Entertainment, which is a newly established company. In November of 2021, she made her solo debut with her first digital single called Make You Dance. So anyways, we wish her luck. And we thank her for all of her contributions to BTS's song and making it. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And as far as 13430, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to the song. If you do, don't forget to give this a like. And please take a look at all of my other music video reactions that I have. Love to get your input and like to know what you think about them. And so until next time, I hope everyone takes care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.